strong mark taken by Rory Harbeck. Plays on, reels onto the right, forward a cracking start, this would be for Harbeck. But unfortunately the ball drifts out of bounds on the full.
Just not every single kick from that far side is just getting
Drifting
pushed
right
right across the face of goal, isn't it?
You'd think they might start adjusting now with the wind, but we are only human. So the ball in the hands now of Joshy Waitman. Waitman, not many options presenting for him. So he goes long down the line trying to find Cleveland, but Ralph got best position, worked him under the contest. Good entrance there from Fenton. Fenton goes long, trying to find Hill! And a great mark has been taken by Jaden Van Unen.
It happened to me in the interleague game, mate. I think Hill's off the ground. He might be struggling to come back on in this second half. So there might not be too much confusion going forward.
Thank God for the screen there. Tommy Hill will be furious. I confused his big pipes for Jaden Van Unen. Nonetheless, here's Jaden Van Unen. Not the best kick from Van Unen that drifts across to the far side. First score of the quarter here. It's East Ringwood 7-4-46 to North Ringwood 6-7-43. We've played 1.5 minutes here at East Ringwood Recreation Reserve. Ben Warren Smith.
So East Ringwood to bring the ball back in. Big thumping kick into the middle of the ground looking for Renton. Decker had the fly at the back for North Ringwood. Got a timely fist on that one, but a kick out of the pack bounces up towards a half forward line. It's Loco, the first one for the Saints to trap the football. Got it away. Here's Jones. This way, that way. Goes back to Decker. He'll swing around on the left boot. Kick it up towards the wing position. The ball did carry, but it carried a little bit too far, and Evans Marcius takes it in the middle of the ground, but it's stolen that time there by Fenton. He takes off to the races. Kicks the ball in towards the Van Unen direction. Well, he had the back spot there. Well done by James Balow. He kept his eyes on the football, forced the spoil, and over the boundary line and out of bounds.
Boys, interesting. Jaden Van Unen hasn't spent any time in the midfield this game so far. They're using him as a prime forward suspect, so see how that one plays out. Umpire
brings it in. Harback probably got that knock from the back. Straight into the arms there of Charlie Haley. Umpire said play on. Haley got the handball away. Harback was pinned nicely by Cleveland, and the umpire says, you dropped the ball, Rory, and it'll be a free kick to the big man, Dean Cleveland, just inside the defensive arc for East Ringwood. Had some support, Journey on the right boot up towards the wing position. Ball just stays alive and over the boundary line and out of bounds. 3 minutes into this second half. We're missing a special comments man. The sausage roll plate must still be out.
And it's not me this time either.
If they were free, you'd be there, Ray.
Cleveland knocked it down. Cherney got the handball away. Here was Haley, trapped it. The big man just crunched him in a tackle, and he's going to be rewarded as well. First opportunity, if it's not been taken today, I'm enjoying this by the umpires paying the holding the ball free kicks, and they're being consistent about it as well, Gus.
So Cerny now been asked to move on by the umpires, that he does. Long to centre half forward. Loco running back with the flight and takes a good strong mark. The umpire hasn't paid it, and he's been coming in with a big crunching tackle over the top there from Dylan Bellow.
Not sure if Loco's wearing that for head protection or to keep his ears warm today. It's bloody freezing out there.
So Cleveland and Ralph to do battle on the ruck. Comes down to Cleveland. Joshy Ralph trying to burst through the pack, and a big crunching tackle over the top there from David Evan Marcius. Joshy Ralph probably needs to step up of North Ringwood want to make a big charge in this quarter. Speaking of, the tap's been one down, boys. Opposition ruckman in Cleveland. But North Ringwood are off to the races now. The kick was poor. Trying to keep the ball alive there. Well done from Harbeck. They've just gained a bit of yardage there, have the Saints. Right in front of the interchange gates here, broadcast side.
It's crossed down boundary side to Will Taylor. There's something wrong with your mic, Will. You might need to change the batteries. We'll come back to you at a later stage. Or I think we can go for take two here. Will Taylor down boundary side with Max Stankamp.
Yeah, the North Ringwood doing a lot better inside forward 50s and in the stats so far. In first half, East Ringwood 29-18. Clearance is 33-15 for East Ringwood, and the tap outs are doing a lot better, 42-24.
Ball's been thrown in, little handball. Evans Marcy has got it away. Cleveland somehow got boot to ball. The big man didn't travel too far. Decker hit the deck. No pun intended, as the umpire will come in and bounce it once more.
Won't be able to sell those boots now. He's just got a kick.
I know, he used now those boots. He actually got a kick.
comments from the cheap seats. As it comes up now. Cherney, what a game he's having. Just gave the don't argue, brushed away, kicks it into Renton out in front. The big man
Great
takes
play
the
by
mark.
Cherney. Great play. Use his strengths to break from the stoppage and hit Renton.
Yeah, beautiful use of the football too. And a huge chance now for East Ringwood to kick their first goal since the first quarter. So they went goalless in that second term. They currently lead by 3 points. This will stretch it to 9. Renton has 1. He'll start it out left and he'll work it back beautifully. That is how you use the breeze out here at East Ringwood. And they kick their 8th goal on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard and they stretch their lead to 9 points. Renton has 2. We'll cross down boundary side to Max Stankamp as the Roos lead this one by 9 points.
It's really interesting that North Ringwood have decided not to go with a loose man back this quarter. I would have thought they'd thrown 1 or 2 behind the ball, but it looks like they're content to actually trust their forwards and just try and kick goals this quarter.
Yeah, great work from you there, Maxie, on your second game on the boundary line. Loving the work from you two on the boundary. 8:4:52 to North Ringwood, 6:7:43, 6.5 minutes played here at East Ringwood. Ralph and Cleveland to do battle on the ruck. Tap one down by Ralph, straight into the path there of Devlin.
Passes.
Few great battles in the ruck here today. Cleveland wins a tap down straight to Cherney. He's been crunched on top of the footy there. Cherney looks a bit sore with that one. He's such a big unit, takes 2 takes to pull him up there from the East Ringwood camp. So Ralph and Renton. Renton wins the tap down only as far there as Fenton. Fenton goes long trying to find Van Unen. Running back with the float there. Great spoil there from Hubbard as they look to clear the football out the roo. So they're in the hands now of James Bellow. James Bellow uses his hands. Great evasion there. They look to go long down the line trying to find a teammate there in Bellow. So they're on the hands of Whelan. Whelan goes long down the centre half forward direction, running back with the fly. What a great mark taken there by James Bellow. Sat very nice on Anthony Sharp's head. And now he goes inbound to find his teammate here in Cerny, who's had plenty of the football.
He's having a great game.
Back to Bellow, trying to find a teammate running down in Bishop. Bishop drops what he should have taken. It's hit his foot whilst he's got momentum and trickles over to Peter Banfield's coaching box. And we'll have a boundary throw in 8 minutes played here at East Ringwood Recreation Reserve.
Umpire to bring the ball back in now. Cleveland came from a long way back to get that knocked down. Haley crunched in a tackle over the boundary line and out. Get down to the Maroondah Sports Club if you're in the area. There's a big second half being played out here today. A fantastic local rivalry. The kick goes up towards the wing position. Ball did carry, but trapping it nicely there was Jones for North Ringwood. Gave a little don't argue, shrugged the tackle, shrugged 2. That was good play on the right boot. Sends it up towards the half forward line. It might bounce favourably here. It does there for Griffiths. Over the top he goes to himself. Swings around on the right boot now. Kick goes inside forward 50, but it fell short, and standing his ground nicely was Daniel Batira. As we cross down to Will Taylor with some stats that matter, thanks to Choose Tap.
Yeah, big one here. The tap outs. East Ringwood are smashing North Ringwood in this quarter, 9-0.
Thanks, Will.
That's huge.
So now the ball once again in front of Peter Banfield's coaching box, but the 47th time I've said that today.
Gus McLeod is sponsored
He's
by
already had
Peter
a couple of
Banfield's
possessions
coaching
too.
box today.
Tap one down by Cleveland once again. Trying to bust his way through the pack there was Powell. But in there, they get an entry. Banfield try to get a hand on now. Now it's a foot race between Sharp and Ackers. Sharp wins the battle and he's taken down. Sharp on his hands on the footy once again, goes a long handball over the top to Shepherd. Shepherd punches the ball forward, trying to find a teammate here. He does in Harbeck. Harbeck
He
evades
threw
one.
it. Just the umpire was right there. He might have got away with it if he wasn't standing directly in front there. It was quite tricky, but it wasn't legal.
So now Mitch Farmer with the footy in his hands.
Oh,
Oh, a terrible kick now. Van Unen running back with a fly, but a good mark taken by Michael Loco.
it should have been 25. There was a North Ringwood player coming from the back to try and spoil that from the kick. He hadn't played on. Very interesting.
Loco, ordinary kick straight into the lap
He's
of
had
his
a
opposition
game today,
teammate,
James.
James Bellow.
He's had a fantastic game there in the back line for East Ringwood this afternoon.
That he has, Frosty. Chipping the ball around in the back line there. Poor kick, but it's found his target in McLennan. Back with Bello. Bello's under pressure now from Banfield. He handballs to his teammate there. Great spoil. Now they can rebound out of the half back line. The kick was terrible off the boot. Out of bounds on the full in front of the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. And Anthony Sharp has his hands on the footy. We need to find an option quick so the Saints can attack on this counter. So Sharp has the footy looking to go long to the hot spot. Top of the square. Big pack flies. Charlie Hay with a crunching tackle, but now East Ringwood are going to rebound, and that they do quickly. Trying to find Renton. Big strong mark taken, but it was dropped. Crumbing there, well done. And well done off the back, half-back flank there from Wood. Wood, but he's going to get done behind the ball.
Oh, that's fantastic. That's play of the day there from Wood. What a spoil and second and third effort and tackle. That was absolutely sensational stuff to see that, Pete.
Oh, no, it's really good. That's what you want to see from a bloke. If you can't bring the ball, mark the ball, bring it to ground, then batter up 2-3 efforts at ground level if you have to.
Stacks on the mill. We'll see holding the ball decision being paid.
Red hot on that this afternoon.
Against East Ringwood, they certainly are. Jack Whelan once again tries to snag the free kick. Taratua, but then it does go, gave it back to Whelan in the end, and then he doubled back and his kick was smothered over the boundary line and out of bounds.
You got a North Ringwood player struggling trying to get a boot back on there, 44, for the last 2 minutes.
Yeah, Daniel Wood, after we gave him such a big wrap-up, I saw him at the stoppage, he was struggling, so...
Doesn't know how to tie his shoelaces at 22 years old. Interesting signs as Taratua rins the ruck tap down. Great roving work there from East Ringwood. They look to go inbound now. That to do with Farmer. Farmer goes long trying to find a teammate. It's a great kick into the space. And a big crunching tackle over the back, but crumbing the football there is McLennan. McLennan being dived on top of, and the North Ringwood boys can regather themselves.
That was Cherney once again at the stoppage. His strength through his torso and hips is just really crucial for him at the moment.
So Taratua to do battle with Renton. Renton just used his body quite nicely and tapped the ball forward. Running through the back there was Sammy Whelan. Now the hands of Waitman. Waitman passes to his teammate there in McLennan. Weaves and wives. Nice little chipping kick there from Renton. Good one-hander taken mark. Stiff not to be paid that one for the Roos.
Should have been a free kick. They were holding him, they were all over him, and he nearly marked it anyhow. Should have been a free kick.
So I have a ball up now, 25 metres out from the East Ringwood goal. Renton, great tap, only as far as Whelan. Once again, another ball up, same position. Very dangerous spot here for the Roos. So Renton and Taratua. Taratua went to tap down. Great work there by the Whelan. Whelan's in with dispossessed handballs to his teammate now. Now they can run through the half-back flank. Should have taken a mark there, and that's bad from the East Ringwood Footy Club. James Dean, the man with 2 first names, dropped a mark that he should have taken.
The rebel without a cause.
Never trust a man with 2 names.
Yeah, well, the teammates didn't trust him to take that mark, and in the end, we'll have a boundary throw-in. Taratua and Cleveland to do battle here. Cleveland been dominant in the ruck, and once again, with no tap, trying to find Cerny. Ball's been busting through the pack there from Osborne. Cerny just absolutely says, try tackle me, why don't you? But now
that's hilarious.
Now North can rebound. Ralph coming through the back of the pack, barging through Canoe. Smart there from Harbeck. Finds his teammate in Fenton. Fenton goes long to Van Unen. Van Unen dropped what he should have taken. Dropped the player, should have played holding the ball. Now Ralph looks to try and spoil, but he can't. Charlie Haley bustling through the pack there. Griffiths, great work there from Mark Griffiths to hold the footy in. Now they're back to Renton. Van Unen's in there as well, and so are both the Whelan boys. The umpire will ball it up. BWS.
The credit must go to players from both sides here. That was just a couple of minutes of real tough football.
It's crossed down to Will Taylor.
I tell you what, it is a bit restless down here in the boundary with the crowd, but most importantly, stats so far, inside forward 50 is North Ringwood 10 to East Ringwood 2, so North Ringwood not taking advantage at all when they've gone inside forward 50.
Well, we'll just settle yourself down. It's not exciting the crowd down there.
To bring the ball back in right in front of us here in the broadcast position. Evans Marcy has trapped it. Griffiths just had him wrapped up.
The East Ringwood strength
Beautifully.
around these stoppages could prove crucial in this second half. Guys like Evans, Marcius, Cerny, Osborne, I mean, they're out much bigger bodies around stoppages than their North Ringwood counterparts.
Haley from the stoppage gained a valuable 25 metres, but it killed over the boundary line and out of bounds.
And I'm surprised Gus hasn't said it's in front of Peter Banfield's coaching box.
So we're going to have a
Because
ball
it's,
in
because it's
right
not.
now.
That's only because it's behind the coaching's box.
By to bring
Right.
the ball back in. It was Cleveland who had the stoppage, and that's because it wasn't in front of the box, Ray. As it comes out now, as Whelan slams it on his boot up towards centre half forward. A big fly, eyes only for the football, but Tera takes the mark. He gets the handball away. They'll try to find an option right towards the wing position. Cleveland go for a big ox like him. He takes the mark. He's got good jukes. He'll look forward now. Looks a little bit indecisive. Gets it to Evans Marcius. He was under a lot of pressure. That's an absolute shocker. That was silly play by the two veterans.
Nearly Bruce
Good
pressed ball.
Brucey almost taking a diving mark on that one. It comes out now. Tim Jones. So he'll look to send the ball forward. I think North Ringwood are winning this quarter against the breeze. Dangerous kicking towards the middle of the ground. Over the top there of Dean, but it was trapped there nicely by Devlin. Inside forward 50. He goes, and he needed to hit the target, and he did. Dylan Bellow takes the mark about 25 metres out, directly in front. He'll put it through, you'd expect.
Just a poor defensive kick there from North Ringwood. Turned it over and caught their defence completely out of position, and the kick came back in, and they've hit up their target there in Dylan Bellow, and he'll put this through from 25 metres out.
Well, they barely miss him from this end today, and that's no mistake. That's going on to Mountain Highway. Almost that ball. And that's the one that they were after. They need to go in at three-quarter time, you would expect, with a couple of goal buffer, the East Ringwood Football Club. And currently they lead by 15 points, 9-4-58 on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. North Ringwood 6-7-43.
Yeah, it was a poor option by the defender of North Ringwood there. If you're going to switch the ball into the corridor, inside the opposition's forward 50, you have to do it instantly. You can't take 5 minutes to decide to do it and then do it.
Let's cross boundary sign now to Max Steenklamp.
Yep, the sun's starting to break through the clouds here as it's done for a little while, and it looks like it's playing havoc with a few players marking. Dylan Bellow with no trouble there, but a few times this quarter players have been caught up with the sun in their eyes.
So Taratua and Cleveland. Cleveland once again dominant in the ruck. Coming through the back of the pack there was Decker. Oh, great intercept play there from Farmer, and what a great hit up that was. And they've been in the hands of Bellow.
Silly not to have a shot from here. The wind will work it. The wind will work it back beautifully.
Needs to go back and put this one through.
Pete, those midfielders again, just their strength around the stoppages.
So Dylan Bellow. Distance shouldn't be away with a strong breeze here at East Ringwood Reserve. He gives it, didn't want to give the handball off to Farmer. He goes, nah, mate, watch me. I'll kick it myself. Here comes Dylan Bellow. Kick looks very nice off the boot. It's going straight over the goal umpire's head. Dylan Bellow says, thank you very much. Another great goal. 2 in a row for the Roos here. Starting to create a little bit of a buffer. It's East Ringwood 10-4-64 to North Ringwood 6-7-43. Ben Warren Smith.
And a magnificent one-arm mark by the guy behind the goal square, behind the goals as well. I still think he had can in hand. That was absolutely sensational. Certainly a contender for Brash's Blazer Mark of the Year.
Didn't spill a drop.
Ball back in the middle here. Cleveland goes after it. Cherney in again as it came out. Benton got the 1-2, doubled back, and then we'll use the corridor up towards the half-forward line. This will bounce favourably for Griffiths. Got the handball away. Here's Banfield on the left inside forward 50. That was neat. That was good play there by the Saints. And out in front, Darcy Price has already kicked a goal in this match. We'll go back and try and get the quick answer.
What Pricey will he kick this?
That wasn't even funny.
That was probably the worst one I've ever heard, Ray.
Lovely dad joke there, Ray.
It's an important kick here, though. There's only been 3 goals.
I can
kicked that
appreciate
into
it,
the
mate.
Darcy Price comes in now. That's a beautiful executed kick, and he just missed it to the left-hand side. Big Dave Parker, the one-finger salute, announces a 1 behind score for North Ringwood. They're 20 points in arrears of East Ringwood, 10-4-64 to 6-8-44, Gus.
That they are, they go long down the line. That kicks on about 70 metres, I reckon. Now East Ringwood.
Standing.
Great work there from Whelan. Whelan swings around his right boot. Tries to find a teammate there in Banfield. Banfield's been
Chops off.
misrepresented. I actually think it was Aaron Johns, as a matter of fact, it was. So Aaron Johns has the ball right in front of the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. which shows a 20-point lead to East Ringwood.
How far do they need to be in front of three-quarter time, BWS?
About this margin.
So now East Ringwood go to a counter-attack. They do, trying to find a thing in Batera. Bishop's on the footy
Holding
now,
him.
and he's going to be paid a free kick. So free kick going to Jaden Bishop. Not a lot of options forming for him. So he goes long to Bello, and Bello couldn't quite bring it down. Break coming there from Waitman. Throws it onto the hands to Renton, the big fella for his fourth! And it drifts across the goal line for a behind. That would have been a very nice goal there for Andy Renton. But once again, the ball is going to buffer in the East Ringwood forward line. The Mountain Dandenong Highway into the ground, and the East Ringwood Football Club have a 21-point lead.
So it'll be Jimmy Dean to bring the ball back in. Just waiting
If
for
they can
the
find it.
ball to return. To see the young kids getting down and underneath the cars. So it'll be Dean to bring the ball back in. Plays it to himself now. On the right boot, sends it outside that defensive arc. A big fly over the back from Bishop. He caused the spoil. That was a good play. The umpires paid a free kick to East Ringwood there. Yeah, that was not too convinced on that one. Everything looked pretty fair where we were sitting. As a kick goes in, Renton will be the target, the big man. A big knock over by Loco. Decker came in with the fist as well, got it away, hitting the deck, and not being rewarded was Eckers, and the umpire will come in and bounce it, picking himself up Matty Payne for North Ringwood, and will have a bounce about 30 metres out from the East Ringwood goal line, leading by 21 points. They'd love another one here. Little snap around the body. Which way is this one going to go? Outside of the pack. It's only just stayed in for one behind. Every point counts in a close contest, there's no doubt about that. 22 minutes gone in this third term. Bendigo Bank scoreboard 66, plays 44. East Ringwood lead North Ringwood by 22 points.
That they do, BWS. So it'll be Jack Whelan to kick the footy into himself. Comes towards the broadcast wing, trying to find a teammate here in Loco.
Whoa.
And the umpire's paid a free kick for push. I'm not sure if I agree with that one, BWS, but nonetheless, it's in the hands
crazy
of
by
Mitch
Loco.
Farmer.
Yeah.
Crazy by Loco.
He was going
So
Loco.
Farmer goes to the top of the goal square, and great work there from
Whoa.
Price. And the umpire's going to ball it up 25 metres out from the East Ringwood goal.
That breeze looks like it's picked up in the last few minutes as well.
Does.
Really, really strong out of that Mount Dandenong road end of the ground.
Just that kick by Farmer then. He just lobbed it very gently to centre half forward. Why not have a shot for goal? The way the wind's blowing it back in there.
So 4 minutes to go here in the third term. Umpire's going to probably ball it up once again. Great tackling pressure there from Sam Whelan. The Whelan boys are dangerous for the Saints today.
Yeah, I've noticed the breeze pick up, Pete. All your sausage roll crumbs are blown down my end.
So Bello on the ball, trickling out the back. Waitman's there as well for the Roos, but they just can't get anything.
I thought it was because the dribble was coming out of one side of your mouth only.
Let's cross down boundary side to Will Taylor with some stats that matter.
Yeah, East Ringwood still hasn't lost a tap out in this quarter. 25 straight against North Ringwood in this quarter.
Good on your well, balls in the hands now of Charlie Haley. Haley tried to find a teammate there in Griffiths. Griffiths handballs into space, looking to find a teammate there in Sharp. Sharp dives on the footy, great gutsy play. And the umpire's paid a free kick here to North Ringwood.
In the back.
That's a really poor rule, I reckon. The guy going the ball there, it's given away the free kick because the guy has basically he's made contact below the knees.
So
That's a poor
He
rule.
dived on.
Looking to find Payne. Payne dispossessed of the footy there from Eckers. Great work. Eckers once again. Oh, taken really high there. Matty Payne's going to pick him up. He realised he did it going for the footy, but gutsy work there from Martin Eckers. Eckers finds a teammate here in Waitman. Waitman has the footy 65 metres out. Never thought I'd hear anyone say that. Have a shot from 65. Trying to find a teammate. Renton was there. Loco uses his hands, finds Whelan. Whelan going to bomb it out of the back 50. Looking to find a teammate here, and a good strong mark has been taken there from Darcy Hubbard, I think.
Patera.
So it's Patera with the footy. Patera goes short, trying to find a teammate here. That he does. Good strong mark taken there from Chadwick. Chadwick comes back to Patera. Patera goes back to Chadwick. So it's McLennan now. McLennan has the footy, true centering position, far side of East Ringwood. Goes long to the top of the arc. Good contest there from both teams. Ralph there trying to be dispossessed. Handball over the top there. Kinsella goes to inside out. Banana, and it's gone all the way through. Great work there from Liam Kinsella.
Great goal.
Puts his first on the board. The inside out right foot. Banana. Thanks for coming, and the East Ringwood Football Club starting to use the wind to their advantage. Now it's 10-6, 66 to North Ringwood. 6-8-44, 25 minutes played at East Ringwood Reserve.
This might sound overcritical, but East Ringwood's application, their endeavour in this quarter is completely different when they got their wind at the back than what they showed in the second quarter. Now, I mean, I don't care about the conditions, but the way you apply yourself and how hard you go at the contest should have no bearing on the conditions you're playing with. So that's something for Marcus Pizzaclo really to address.
28 points is the margin. There only can be a few minutes left in this third term. They'd love another one, but North Ringwood would love to peg one back. Here it is in the arms there of Anthony Sharp. Sends the ball up to half forward line, but I tell you what, he got a little nudge as he kicked it. He just held on to it for a smidgen too long, and James Balo takes a safe mark. He gets it across Patera over the top now. They might just try and hold the ball up here. Screaming for it in the middle of the ground as Lee Osborne. He's going to be ignored. It's probably a little bit too risky. It's hugged the boundary line type of situation deep into this third quarter. Up towards the half forward line it goes. It's in the arms of Waitman over the top. He goes. He'll look for the 1-2. Will it set up for him? Waitman heavily met there by Cam Shield, and over the boundary line it goes for a boundary throw in. 60 metres out from the East Ringwood goal line. They've had a great quarter. They've kicked 4 goals.
Interesting to see David Evans-Marcy is coming off for a spell now, which could be really important because he's going to be a player they're going to really look to in this last quarter to try and hang on to this lead and get him over the line. Nearly
every goal's been kicked at the Mountain Highway end of the ground as a kick goes forward. This time it goes out of bounds on the full. So it'll be Decker to bring the ball back in for the Saints.
He's got a booming left boot.
And he'd want to roost it as far as he possibly can here, and he does just that out towards the half back line. Wood was the big flyer, couldn't pull the mark down. Eventually in the arms there of Balo on the right boot, kicks it to the top of the goal square, knocked away. Charging at it really hard there was Payne. He went in extremely hard, so did Will, and eventually Shepherd picked up the football. Well done there by Osborne to lay the tackle. Bouncing football out towards the Van Union direction. He's come a long way up the ground. Give his support as the Tonka fire truck sounds in the background, and we have three-quarter time out here at East Ringwood. Bendigo Bank scoreboard, 28-minute quarter that was, and it was a goalless one for the North Ringwood Football Club, but East Ringwood with the breeze managed to pile on 4 majors, and they go in with a very handy 28-point lead at three-quarter time, 11-6-72 to 6-8-44. The major goal kickers on the ground for East Ringwood, 2 to Osborne, 2 to Renton, and 2 to Dylan Ballow. And for North Ringwood, it is Rory Harbeck with 2 along with Sam Banfield. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast on 98.1 Radio Eastern and streaming live around the globe, efl.org.au. Will Taylor and Max Stankamp, they're heading out to the huddles. We'll hear from one of the coaches right after this and get very excited about 30 minutes of Division 1 football at its best right after this.
Up the Mitcham Tigers! Down the Burners!
Let's go, Panthers!
Well, Mark, let's go, doggies!
Tobin Brothers Funerals, serving all supporters in the Eastern Football League since 1934. Tobin Brothers Funerals, celebrating lives.
Program sponsor.
Never miss out on the latest information on the Eastern Football League through the league's social media channels. Live updates, information and scores through the league's Twitter account. The latest news and views on Facebook. Don't miss EFL Game Day or the Match Footage Hub on YouTube. And all those happy snaps on the league's Instagram account. Simply search Footy EFL. Nothing better than a companion to keep you up to date with all the latest when you're at the footy. Better still, one that fits in your back pocket. The Eastern Footballer is a must-read. All the latest information, team lists, feature articles and much, much more. Pick up your copy this weekend as you love it local across the Eastern Football League.
Up the doggies!
Go, the Bloods!
Great goal, Devils! And the Vailers!
Tobin Brothers Funerals, serving all supporters in the Eastern Football League since 19...